the American Football Institute sports channel with former National Football League defensive tackle and now an NFL consultant, Chris Mamalanga.
Welcome to our show tonight, the American Football Institute. Here as your host, Chris Mamalanga. Thank you for joining us this evening. We are live tonight, and as we do every Wednesday evening, tonight, obviously, it's 8:30 p.m. here on the West Coast of the United States, and we have a very special guest tonight, someone who has gone the long journey and made a big sacrifice to be here in the U.S. playing this wonderful sport of American football, which is none other than Sione Lolohea, also known as Nusi. Nusi, how's it going?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Good, I'm good, Grizz. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for making time. I know you just got out from a late class and you've been busy with training and your entire schedule. So thank you for making it on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so typically how we get started, we're going to have a little conversation. We're just talking about American football, but more importantly, I want to really emphasize your journey to success here in the United States and kind of how you got involved with football. I know a little bit of your story because my good friend and associate, Coach Siwaki Levi, who had a major influence in not only identifying your talent, but also guiding you here towards us at the American Football Institute in the mainland. But can you please share, Nusi, a little bit about yourself, kind of your parents and your background and where you grew up?
Thank you, Grizz. I'm Sione Nusi Lolohea. I'm from straight from home of Vava'u, Tongatapu, and I was born and raised in Tonga. My dad's name is Isineri Lolohea, and my dad's name is Untitled Lolohea. And I'm the oldest. I got 3 younger siblings. Hingana Lolohea, which is he's in New Zealand right now, and the third one and the youngest one, they back home taking care of my parents. But
nice. I know you have your younger brother Hingano went a different route. He went the rugby route in New Zealand, which is awesome.
Right.
Where is he located, and what club does he play for?
He's getting ready to go to Japan for school.
Oh, was he at a school in New Zealand?
Yeah, but I know what the name of the school is.
Got you. Well, listen, that's awesome for your brother. He's got an opportunity to go play rugby in Japan and continue his studies. But tonight, our focus is going to be on you. Can you kind of share with us, Nusi, kind of how you were raised as an athlete and, how you got involved with American football?
I'm going to say, because I played rugby my whole life, so that change from rugby to football, it wasn't that hard because hitting is already part of rugby and football. It's just putting on the helmet and all that. But growing up, it was always be hard for me to just back home. There's no cleats, you just run around barefoot and play rugby barefoot. But I think that's what that got me ready for football.
So your rugby background was kind of the foundation of what you're seeing is success in American football.
Right.
When were you first introduced to American football?
I'm gonna say 2016.
And how old were you?
I was 15.
15?
Right.
Nice. And I know your journey came from Vava'u. And how did you actually get here? Did you have to go somewhere else before you got here? I know there usually is a pit stop when you have to go to U.S. Embassy and things like that.
It was Siwaki Levi is the one that brought me here. It was 9 of us, but everybody went on their own. But Siwaki brought us here. It was 9 of us, and we came. It was a lot because we had to go through Fiji and do all the visa and all that, and then wait there. And then we came to Hawaii. But we got to Hawaii September 16th. I think so. Yeah. 2016. So
Right. So 2016, and that's so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you're at 7 years here in the U.S.
right,
So when you came
yeah.
from Vava'u, were you already fluent in speaking English?
Oh no, no, no.
What were some of the English words did you actually know?
It's just the easy one. Yes, no. But most of the time when I talk, I have to explain it to them. I have to either shake my head or because it was bad.
Right.
I Yeah, it was bad.
And then you went from Vava'u to Fiji, got your visa.
Right.
How much time did you spend in Fiji?
Oh, we didn't do our visa in Fiji. We just I think we just did it in Tonga. But
Oh, they
I was
came over to
staying in
Tonga. And, okay, I know
right.
they do that sometimes as well. So you just
So
had a layover in Fiji and then straight to Hawaii,
yep.
which Hawaii is almost the United States, right?
I'm gonna say yeah, it is the United States,
No, I know it is.
but
I'm just joking,
not really. Yeah,
but how was your English once you got to Hawaii?
it was bad. It was. There's a time I still remember this. The first time they took me to school, and then when you first go there, you get to stand up and introduce yourself and all that. So I got into the class. I was sitting down, and the teacher said, pointing at me, I had to stand up and introduce myself. I first started crying because I didn't know what to say. It
Right,
was, and then I stood up and got out of class. I was I was scared, but also I didn't know what to say because that's how bad it was. But now I'm getting better at it. Now I can have a normal conversation with someone else. But before it
right,
was just more of yes, no, yes, it's so. But yeah, it was bad.
right. I mean, you came here at the age of 15. What kind of size? How much did you weigh when you got here?
I was skinny. I was skinny, but I think I was 6'2", 6'1". But I think I was around 200 pounds,
Oh, okay.
190. So
So you're a skinny kid, didn't speak very good English. What was your
yep.
motivation? What drove you to want to play American football? Why did you take that opportunity?
I think it's just growing up, seeing my mom and my Bob struggling to put food on the table and put a roof over our head. And plus, I'm the oldest. I was I was like, I think this is the best thing for my little brother to look up to me and learn something from me from taking that, leaving my family back home, like lefting home when I was 15, this and came into the state. And I think just being um, Manatogi Api or remember where you from. Is I always think that I always think about the back of my head every time I'm training, every time I'm doing something. So
Right. Well, man, I appreciate you sharing some of your background, and there's a couple of questions that we're going to have, and we may even start having some questions from our audience through our private chat. But we'll go ahead and get started with some of these questions, and we'll talk about a number of things. But super excited about you fighting right now for a starting position as a defensive end in the
right,
Pac-12 conference at Oregon State University Beavers. Build a dam, and
yes, sir.
I'm excited for you. So let's start off. Did you always want to be an athlete from a young age?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I always want to be an athlete when I was younger because I always look up to my mom's uncle, Chris Laufia. He was a big time rugby player in London, so I always looked up to him, and it was just always things that I wanted to do when I was younger is be an athlete.
So you had
But
some role models.
now,
Your mom's uncle played
all right,
rugby
yeah,
professionally.
oh right,
What was his name?
Chris Laufia,
Halofia.
right.
Oh, nice. What position did
And
he play?
he played number 7. Like
Number 7. Right
yeah,
on. Now, did you continue playing rugby when you got to the U.S.?
here and there, but not. I didn't take it that serious. I mean, I was
Right.
taking it that serious. If I didn't have opportunity to go to college for football, then I would take rugby.
Right.
But I have this opportunity, so I'll take it.
I know I spoke today with one of your coaches from rugby in Hawaii, Maafu Went,
Oh yeah.
and he speaks so very highly of you. He said you're one of the best players, rugby players, that he's ever had the chance to coach.
Right, man.
So big ups to our big bro over there, Maafu Went in Honolulu, Hawaii, for sharing those kind words about you. We'll go on to our next question, Nusi. Did you miss rugby, and who was your favorite player growing up?
Did you miss? Yeah, definitely. I miss rugby because rugby is always my favorite sport, no matter what. And then my favorite rugby players, I would just say it's my uncle, because if you just look him up and you just know why I choose him as my favorite.
What
So,
team did he play for?
he played for the I forgot, but he's in London right now. I don't know the name of the team.
Got you, got
But
you.
if you just look him up, you just will know it. He was
Aside
just
from aside from Chris Halafia, any other rugby players in New Zealand and Australia that you follow?
I'm gonna say Fino Maka, the number 8 for the Matematonga.
Oh, okay. Is that guy with the big afro?
Yeah, the big guy for it. Just I
Yeah,
like the way I just like the way he loved the game and the way he
yeah,
played. You know, so
yeah. I mean, I my rugby knowledge is very limited, but I can always tell when someone is not afraid to
right,
attack the attack the line of scrimmage. And
right.
Finau Maka was definitely one of
One
those
of them.
guys. Anybody else come to mind besides him?
Nah,
No.
nah, not for
Right
me.
on. Just we'll keep going on with our questions, Nusi.
But
Let me see here. What is the funniest thing that's happened to you on the American football field since you started playing?
ooh, I think it's the funniest thing that happened to me. It was during spring ball.
Is
It
that
was
like
just me.
recently? Is that college or high school?
Yeah, it's college.
Okay.
So it's just me and my roommate who just keep hitting. And I think he hit me kind of hard. And then I see the stars. I see the
Wait,
stars
wait a minute.
twice.
He plays opposite. He's an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he's my roommate. He's next room to me, but he's the starting online.
What's his name?
He played Talisa Fuanga. He played tackle.
And where is he from?
So he's from Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, he's the big Samoan kid.
The big dude.
Oh, that kid's got some size on him, man.
Yes. So during the spring game, we were going at it and we just keep hitting it, and I think he hit me kind of hard, and then I see the stars
You saw
twice.
the stars, huh?
I see the stars, and I just shake it off, and then keep playing. And then after that day, I came home like, damn, this thought this really happened to me. But I think that was the funniest thing to me, like seeing the stars. Because I always heard people talk about they see the stars, but now I experience it, see the stars. But I see it twice. That's what made me feel like that was the funniest thing that happened to me.
What about the? I heard a story about you in high school when one of your teammates jumped off sides. Can you kind of share? And he's a big time
Junior,
player. I mean, he's
yeah,
6'5", 340, 350, and he was also your roommate in high school, right?
right.
It seems like
Junior, if you watch this,
you always have a roommate that's playing opposite of you, playing offensive
oh
line.
yeah, always, yeah, every time.
Yeah.
But
Can you share with us a story about you and Big Junior Tasset?
Junior, if you watch this, I'm sorry, man. So we were close to the goal line. We were about, man. Because the funniest thing is the whole line is all Samoan. It's all Poly, and the quarterback is Samoan too. So we were in the huddle, and he was telling us the story, and he even said he's on two. So we run back to the line. I said, Junior, on two, on two. He said, yeah. The quarterback said, how did he move? Man, I was, I got up, pop, I slapped the back of his helmet, and then he looked at me, oh, I'm sorry. But
But it was a
but
love tap. We call that a love tap.
yeah, it is. Yeah, everybody know it.
Yeah,
Junior know it too.
yeah. I
But
know when it happened, Junior and I had a good laugh about it, and you guys are brothers on the field, and you know how that is.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
want to
yeah.
win the game. Yes, that's really what you're trying to
Right,
do.
right.
Good stuff.
But
What's your best experience from high school as far as American football? Like when you started understanding the game, when did you really start saying to yourself, "Man, I think I can gain a future out of this football, American football thing"?
I think when I moved to Cali, San Bernardino, that's when I to Aquinas. That's when I started
Uh huh.
realizing that I can get something out of it, out of this. But when I was in Hawaii, I was just like, I was more focusing on rugby. I mean, I played football in the high school, but most of the time I was with the rugby team. And just didn't take football very seriously. But when I moved to San Bernardino, that's when I started realizing that I can get some out of this.
Right. I remember you were getting highly recruited out of high
Yeah,
school. I mean, you got plenty of offers, Boise State and Arizona State. And I can't remember what were some of the other schools that recruited you.
Colorado. Remember we went to Colorado?
Oh, that's right, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. We'll keep going with some of the questions, and look, there's going to be some people that may or may not um, shoot some questions, but we have a couple of questions that we put together as well. So, what was it like as a Tongan from Homa Tukulalo, Vava'u, uh, to transition to American football? You've kind of answered it a little bit, but I'd like to you to expand what life is like in Homa Tukulalo, Vava'u, compared to what you've experienced so far here with the big sacrifice of being away from your family and those kind of things. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like, coming from a little village that is only, what, 20 family in it, and being out here in the state, playing big time football here in college, it just, I don't know how to say it. It just make myself feel proud. I feel like I make my mom and my dad proud that I was able to sacrifice myself to be where I'm at right now. But I think it's all started from growing up in the struggle and see the struggle is, and now I'm trying to help out my parents so they can stop doing what they were doing, like going to the farm, weaving, going to the ocean, and trying to put food on the table for us. And it just, I don't know. I think you just, this is a good question. It's just, I don't know how to say it. Just, I feel, I feel blessed that I was able to be where I'm at right now,
Yeah.
knowing that I came from a little poor family from Homa. So,
Well, you're getting some love out here from some of the family and friends, um, and some folks from Vava'u and Tukulalo are on here tonight from Homa Tukulalo. So good stuff.
yeah.
Lucy Unufe says, "Ofa to Nusi Teke Tukulalo." So you might be seeing some of the comments, and I'm sure those 20 plus families in Homa Tukulalo Vava'u um, are definitely cheering for you and rooting for you, especially
Right.
now that you're on a full ride scholarship um, at Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon, which is a big deal. I think I need you to understand, Nusi, that out of the hundreds of thousands and millions of football players in the world, especially here in North America, less than 2% of those people will play any college football, junior college, any division in college. And also they will, even less than 2% will get a full ride scholarship. So you're part of the 1 or 2 percentile, the top, best of the best, the drip from the drop of athletes that actually get this opportunity, and I'm happy to see that you're fighting for your future and
Right.
fighting for your family. How many years have you finished at at Oregon State so far?
Uh, this is going to be my second year. I'm a sophomore right now. So after this term right here, I'm gonna be a junior.
So you've been there 2 years,
Right.
and you're going into your third year in the summer and fall.
Yep. Yeah.
Can you? I know you just finished. I know you just finished up with spring ball. Can you share with us a little bit about spring ball?
Spring ball when it didn't start the way I wanted it because our defense kind of move around, and we last year we were running 3-4, but now we more to like attack front or 4-3.
4-3.
Right. And then starting the spring game, I even talked to my coach about it that I didn't like the way I started it, but ending up good. I finished the spring ball very good, which is what they want me to be at. I was proud of myself that I finished with being the starter the end for my team. So
That's great, man. And what number are you wearing at Oklahoma, at Oregon? I keep saying you guys have the same color, so I apologize.
yeah.
But at Oregon State, what's your number?
Number 90.
Number 90. That's right. That's
Yep.
right. It's a great number for especially at the end. Um, we'll keep going with the questions, and as it goes along, there's going to be some questions from our live audience. For now, we'll just keep going through. In your opinion, Nusi, can you share with us and our audience what makes a great American football player?
Uh, Most definitely, I'm gonna say uh, your school,
So
because
academics and your studies.
academics, right? Because me, oh man, you just can't imagine how many study I have to go to this. As an Asian student, he has to do twice as much as a normal person. So that's the first thing that I have to do is get clear from the academic for me to be able to practice.
Right. And
So
that's important. I'd like for you to talk a little bit about that, Nusi. You came to this country from a small village in the northern group of Vava'u, northern group of Tongan Islands in Vava'u and Homatukulalo.
right,
And whatever education you had there, you brought it here. And now you're 2 years into getting your undergrad degree at the university level. How tough? I mean, can you share with the audience how tough that was, as coming in as English as a second language student?
oh, it was hard. It was, I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna say it was hard. But I keep the main thing, and I think remembering where I came from, that pushed me through it and got me to it right now. But I say, because back home, when I was back home, I didn't really focus in school. I was more focusing in sports. Because rugby, if you did bad in school, you still gonna play rugby. But out here, you can't. They're gonna take your ass out. I'm sorry, they're not gonna let you play. Even
Yeah,
practice too. Even practice. If
I,
you have a
I know
bad
what
leg,
they
you can't go practice.
what they say in California is a 2.3 or take a
Oh,
knee, and a 2.3 meaning
right,
2.3 GPA minimum. That's a minimum,
right,
right? I'm
right,
um, I'm saying I'm saying to myself that like guys like you, and you kind of remember some of the advice that we talked about is, hey man, handle that education and get that 3.0. And I tell you, Nushi, when you came to California to us here, I recognized the hard work you did, not only on the field. The on the field stuff to me
right.
is the easy part because we love hitting people and we love
Oh yeah, most
tackling people
definitely.
and we love all that stuff that comes with it, right?
Right,
But um, the thing that most people don't understand is that, especially if you're not from the U.S., is that the
right.
academics it comes first.
Tough,
And
tough.
if you remember when the recruiters came to look at you, in high school, they didn't come and ask for. They don't. The first thing they don't ask for is your film. The first thing they ask for is your transcript.
Transcript.
And that transcript has
And
all
it
the
was
grades that you took in high school, all the classes and the grades that you got in high school. That's what the coaches and the scouts are asking for first, right?
right.
And if the grades don't match up with qualifications for NCAA regulations, then
Nope.
guess what? They say, "Hey, do you have anybody else? Is there anybody else here?" Doesn't matter how good of a football player you are, right?
right. That's what makes football different from rugby. So
Right. We'll go on to our next question here. What are some of the things that you had to learn differently after you switched from playing rugby to American football?
hmm, not really. I'm gonna say this is not really a big change because hitting each other is already there. Oh, I'm gonna say it's the playbooks. I'm gonna say it's the playbooks.
What
Oh
they, in other
man,
words, they call it football IQ, right?
right, man, oh man, that playbooks. It took me. I'm gonna say when I first got here to Oregon State, it took me 6 months to learn the playbook. I'm gonna say
Right.
6 months. It was. I spent 2 to 3 hours in the coach's office trying to learn the system, the defense, and the playbook, so I can have a chance to get on the field. So it took me six months. I'll take it. But you know, it was. I say it's the playbooks, the the thing that you gotta wear, the helmet, soda badge, and all that. But other than the equipment, I think it's just the skills. Hitting people is already in the game. If you just switch from rugby to football, so
Yeah. Coming from a culture like Vava'u and Homa Tukulalo, I understand me myself being from Pacific Islands originally. Um, there's a motto that we use here at the American Football Institute which says faith, family, football,
football, right,
in that order. Can you
right.
share with us the importance of faith and family in your culture growing up in Homa Tukulalo, Vava'u, and how that plays into your motivation and to your purpose for coming out here and fighting for a brighter future?
Right. I think this three words. It means a lot when you really think about it, and then you put what comes first. First, like first, like faith is always gonna come first on over everything. Because I came from, I'm not saying, but I came from a Christian family. My mom and my dad will always make us go to church Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. It was a big thing for my family. I still remember every time I'm trying to run away from home, my dad would look for me and find me and tell me to go get ready to church. And here's the thing that he always tell me: no matter where you at, if you hear the bell ring, go home and get ready to go to church. So that's the thing that I always stuck in my mind. There's one time I was, I think I was in the farm with some of the boys, and then it was on Wednesday evening, and then I heard the bell ring. So I just remember my dad telling me to go. So I went home and get ready to church. It's just putting, I think putting God first on everything is just gonna make everything go the way you wanted it. But if you put other things first, then the man above, I don't think will be able to get what you want. And the next one is the family. I say family is over everything for me. I always put my mom and my dad first, and football will come last. But I love football too much. But yeah, I say football come after. Then
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we come from similar backgrounds, Nusi, so I'm always happy to hear that you put God first and that your faith is very important. And also family,
right.
and to be able to balance that out, with your career in football. I think with your priorities in place, you definitely have a very bright future. we'll continue with our questions, Nusi. And I know your time is valuable. I know it's getting late, but we won't keep you much longer, I promise.
It's good.
So, at the end, we typically have our big three. And the big three is if you're talking to somebody, a young kid right now in Neafu or maybe in Ewa, or maybe in Niua or Hapai, or maybe in South Auckland, New Zealand,
Right.
or Sydney or Melbourne, Australia. If you talk to some of the youngsters who are seeing this information, what would your big three advice be for an aspiring football player wanting to succeed in American football? What would your big three tips or advice be for those youngsters?
Uh, I must say the first thing is most definitely academic. You gotta put the time. You gotta put the same amount of time that you put on the field and the same you put it in the classroom. I say it's the first thing you gotta do good in school. The school always come first, no matter
Right.
what. No matter if you're good or you that guy, they're not gonna put you in.
Yeah.
And then I would say school, and then the time, and then the second, the second advice I say the time that you put into the game. Because if you're not gonna put the work that you want to so you can get a better outcome for yourself in the future, and I don't think you're gonna get a good scholarship like that. School, time to the game, and then what's the last thing? I say keep the main thing the main thing. Know what you came here for, and everything will come last. I think having fun, social life, and all that will come after that. But when you keep the main thing, then you'll have a better outcome for yourself in the future.
That's great. That's great, Lucy. Well, we have some folks who are commenting, and I encourage anyone who's commenting on our live tonight on our streaming to please, if there's any questions, please put them in the comments. So, or go ahead and ask a question while Nusi. Time is valuable, so we're not going to keep Nusi here all night. But you know, I'd like to give Nusi some time to speak in your native tongue and kind of give a shout out for Homa Tukulalo and a lot of your family and friends who you may have not seen in years since you've been here. But I have a lot of respect for you, Nusi, because I've come to see and experience some of your journey. I've had a small part to play as the American Football Institute, and I'm so very proud of you, Nusi, for not only fighting for yourself, but fighting for your family and fighting for your future, keeping God first. But I'm going to turn it over to you until we have some questions. And also, I'd like to encourage the live audience tonight to copy or to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and to like our Facebook group, which is the American Football Institute American Football Institute Club on our Facebook page, as well as our website www.americanfootballinstitute.com. Uh, the biggest purpose for me to get this started with the American Football Institute (AFI) was to educate people, Nusi,
Right.
about American football, the game that I love, and about the opportunities. Before we get off and before you share in your native tongue with some of your family and friends, can you please kind of share with them what the scholarship gives you? Like, what did you receive in support with your scholarship?
Uh, like what you mean? Like what did I get from it?
Yeah, because I think a lot of folks when people say scholarship,
Oh,
they
all
don't
right,
they don't know what a
all right,
scholarship is, and they don't know what you get from that scholarship. Because in rugby, you got youngsters getting money, but they don't get a
right,
scholarship. You don't get the
right,
money, but you get a scholarship that's
right.
worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money, and but they give it to you in the form of a scholarship, and what that covers, and does it cover your housing, and does it cover your food, does it cover your training, and your gear, and your workout, and kind of get share with your families so that they don't call you and say, "Hey, Nusi, I heard you're playing big time football. Send me some money." Let them know.
No,
Let them
no,
know
no,
that
no, no, no.
you're still fighting and that you're a college
Not there
kid.
yet. Yeah,
You're
not
not
there
there
yet.
yet, but you do receive some benefits. Can you talk a little bit about the benefits of a scholarship, please?
All right. So I got full scholarship with Oregon State University in Corvallis, and but it was basically they cover my whole 4 years of school for the university, and they cover. They also I didn't remember how much was the whole thing is.
I'll give the audience a little taste of what it costs altogether, but just share with them your experience and how cool it is to be a Division I Power Five full scholarship athlete.
It is. I'm gonna say it is pretty cool because but we also get a little something in our pocket, but it's not that much. But out here we cover our bills, pay our rent and all that, and they also give you a card. There's a certain restaurant in town that you can go use it at for free. The school pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. So I think you eat for free, you live for free. So I think that's the most
And they also pay for your school, your tuition.
right. They cover everything
They
in
pay
these
for your
days.
books.
Right. You can take
How about
whatever class you
cleats
want.
and shorts and
Oh
jerseys for practice? And do you have to pay for your own gear,
no, no. You gotta when you go, just go to the equipment room and they give you whatever you want. You just gotta ask. You just gotta be
socks and
respectfully.
everything, right? Tights and the whole nine.
The whole, the
How
whole.
many pair of cleats did you get from Oregon State so far since you've been there?
God, I got like 10 of them. I sent like 20 of them home. I sent like 20 of them home already.
So
Actually,
the
the
cool
past.
thing, like I know you shared this with me, and I hope you're okay sharing this. Even with
Oh
the
yeah.
little bit of scholarship money that you get, you're still able to help out a little bit at home. Is that
All
true?
right. This yeah. This. Am I allowed to say it? How much we get? No problem.
You don't have to say the amount, but
Oh.
just share it in general. What that you're able to help certain things at home here and there. I mean, obviously you're not working, so you're not able
Right.
to
Right. Right.
earn what you're worth just yet. But obviously, when you get your degree and if you have a chance to go to the NFL, that changes the whole game. But um, you're still able um, you're still able to help
Right.
help back home with the. I mean, my point is you've been wise. You haven't been out here, spending your scholarship checks at the Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Nah.
I mean, you get how many meals do they give you for scholarship? Like a training table.
During when we training, we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the facility.
Hmm.
And the
That doesn't
weekends they keep
include the card that you use to eat as
no,
well.
no,
That's
no.
extra, right?
There's extra. The card that they give you to use for certain restaurant like Chipotle, Qdoba, Spaghetti Factory. You use it for free because they put money in it every week for you to use it.
Right.
So,
Do you
but from
usually
what
make use of that card?
sometimes is I just go and eat at the facility, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
So I save the money when the boys come visit me. Then I use that card to take them to go eat. So
Man, it's such a pleasure to spend time with you, Nusi. And let me just
it is.
check to see. Uh, I'm going to announce it one more time, Nusi. To any of Nusi's family and friends, if you have any questions that you want to ask Nusi or myself, please send a question through to Nusi to share it. Also, I'd like to shout out to AmericanFootballInstitute.com. You see our website there. Go on there and follow us. We're still putting our website together and some of our live trainings and live events. We do consultation for folks overseas who want to come play football here in the United States, American football. We also consult for people who want to earn a scholarship. And we also are developing some courses here to help people understand the visa process and the student visa process to come here for high school and also for college. So anyone that has any questions, leave us a comment here so I can answer them. Let me go to the comment section real quick. In the meantime, Nusi, can you please give a shout out in Tongan to family and friends? Give them a shout out. I think it's pretty cool because the vast majority of people, I would say greater than 50% of people in the U.S. only speak English. So,
Right.
if you're somebody who's bilingual, who speaks English and Spanish or English and Japanese or Chinese or Tongan or Samoan, I think it's pretty cool. And I'd like for you to kind of share your native tongue here on our on our live stream, I should say, on the American Football Institute. So I turn it over to you, Nusi.
Malo with the Christian mafanga Maria go at big shout out to Lala go to big mo see my live the name Raven direct in Corvallis, Oregon. Off at to get to Lala go to mo see my go kaya me ma go from malot bed model mo lot to mo pahufia mai tamagi ko ni ko finga kon ko fai ilo be au ka pana kai mo tokoni mai mo si pa ka to mo lo tu kai de wa si a to kon ko ya ta ni mi kai ke u me ai ke hi ki si ai be te u pe ang ba ho me to ku be lang i ke tama lu nga ke to hanga ia pa na fo na me ga to a te o fala ka mo to to pe mo si mai tulal o te mo he. But yeah, thank you, Chris, for having me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Man, Nusi, I know we've been trying to get you on here for a while, but you had spring ball and you have school and you have tutoring and you have, rehab and so many things. And for you to be able to sacrifice a little bit of your time to share with our audience and here on our channel, we thank you very much. Again, let me remind you, Nusi, let people know about us. We'll be having some more special guests coming on. We have typically high school players, college players. We're going to start having some NFL and pro players and also coaches and
Right.
high school, college, and NFL coaches that we'll be having as well. So super excited about what we're doing here and super excited about your journey, Nusi.
Thank you, Chris.
Let me just check one more time if there's any other questions here. Some of your friends are just messing with you here. But a lot of blessings here. Some of the comments are saying that a lot of your blessings come from the many prayers of your parents in Tugulalo as well as your grandparents. So we know how that goes. But a lot of people here saying stay humble as you make your way to the top, Nusi. That's from Selapa Nela Daufa, Mele Pupunu. Yeah, Bay Area. Yeah, area.
To the Bay Area.
Mele Pupunu from Tugulalo. She sends a shout out as well. I also had an interesting tidbit. One of the top recruits right now out of Elk Grove, his name is Simi Pele. He's actually a relative of yours on his mom. His mom is from the Lolohea side. So look out for Simi. Simi, I talked to his dad a few weeks ago, and his dad played big time ball too at CSM, and I want to say Idaho State. But his dad is huge, 6'5", big lineman as well, and his son coming up. So I'll send you some information on Simi,
Right.
young big old lineman. So you, who knows, he might be blocking you one day, or try to block you.
yeah. She tried to block me.
Well, he's still a young buck, so he's got one more year of high school, and
All right.
I didn't know that.
I think I know of him, but I don't know him like that.
Yeah, his mom is from Vava'u as well, from Homa, Tugulalo, I believe. But Simi's dad, Big James Pele, had shared with me that you guys had a relation. So, wait a minute. His wife is Mele Sungu Fonongaloa.
Oh, that's from my dad's side.
Oh, it's your dad's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lolohea side, right?
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. So,
But damn, that's crazy. I didn't know them. Met it. Oh,
well, you know how it is, man. You know, we got family in New Zealand, Australia, all over the
right.
states. But once you get spread out, you know, everybody's out doing their thing and trying to make a life and trying to live life. So,
Right.
well, Nusi, we'd love to watch you this fall. I know you're going to succeed at defensive end. Are you the right end or the left end?
The left. I'm always to the field.
You're to the field. You're the left end,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of run play at you from the
Oh
left
yeah.
side.
That's why they booed me outside there. 'Cause
You gotta set that edge, baby.
yep. That was the main thing. That was my main call going through the whole spring. But
Yeah. Well, thank you, Nusi, and thank you for following us, and thank you for making it on. Much prayers and blessings sent your way, and much love. And Ofalahia to Nusi, and we'll see you the next time.
thank you, Chris.
All right, brother. You take care.
Go Bees.
All right.